in women, they're not interested to remain faithful to their husband, and they're not so much interested in looking after their children. They simply become interested in enjoyment. Now, in the modern age, it's very prominent that it's not stressed that women should be faithful wives. It's not stressed that they should be good mothers, look after their children, but it's stressed that they should have a career. They should try to be number one. They should have all rights equal. But the result of it sounds very good, but the result is that the children are neglected because the women have other priorities. Now, in this Vedic culture, or in any human culture throughout the world in history, children are considered the most important members of society. They have to be looked after so nicely that they will grow up to be good citizens. Generation after generation, this will go on. And that depends to a great extent on the mothers giving their motherly care. But if they're too busy out at the office, or they're too interested in running around with their boyfriends, then the children become neglected. And Arjuna says the result of this is Varna Sankaraha. Sankaro Narakaya. Varna Sankara, that means children who are born not out of a result of a dharmic union. That means the husband, he is the Pati Guru, he is just like the guru of the family, and the wife, she is the Dharma Patni, very religious wife. So marriage is a religious institution in the eyes of God for husband and wife cooperating to live a religious life in the service of God and bring forth good children who will be good citizens, well-behaved, good character, ideal, worshipping God. But in the modern age, because, to put it very clearly, sex life is simply indulged in without all these considerations, just as a matter of pleasure. The pleasure lasts a few seconds, and as a result, there's Varna Sankara. Children are born out of lust. Now, consciousness is very important. Our consciousness at the time of death determines our next birth. And the consciousness of the mother and father at the time of procreation, that gives rise, that attracts a certain kind of soul to the womb. So if father and mother at the time of procreation, if their consciousness is simply full of lust, passion, I shall enjoy, then they shall produce children whose only interest is, I shall enjoy, and to hell with anyone else. And this, we see, this is the modern world, as the great so-called philosopher of the modern Western world, John Lennon, said that most children nowadays are born over a bottle of whiskey on Saturday night. Just see, they get drunk, and the result is 9 months later, if there's no abortion, which is another grossly sinful activity, then a child is born in lust, born out of lust and born in lust. And the result is Sankaro Narakaya eva kula gnanam kulasya cha patanti pitero hieshang lupta pindo dakankriyaha. An increase of unwanted population certainly causes hellish life, both for the family and for those who destroy the family tradition. Yes, Arjuna says that by this Varna Sankara, by producing children out of lust, then the world becomes like hell, because instead of everyone being religiously dharmic, religiously minded, then everyone is just like a rakshasa. Everyone is just out for himself. I, me, and mine. Aham mameti. So with such selfish, egoistic people just interested in themselves, then the world becomes hell, because no one cares about anyone else and they just want to exploit everyone else. And this is modern life. This is what we have, because adharma is prominent, irreligion is prominent. Arjuna says, the ancestors of such corrupt families fall down because the performances for offering them food and water are entirely stopped. This is a technical and very important part of what is nowadays called Hindu culture, that annually the Shraddha ceremony should be performed. There's offerings of food and water for the forefathers, to not just food and water, of course, with mantras and procedures and rituals, so that the